Hello from the Magic Garden today. The garden is feeling full of life. So there are jobs everywhere still. Rupert! Shush, just because I turned my back on you. Let's go up the top. Come on, let's go this way. So loads of jobs, but loads being done. This year, planting everything whilst building the infrastructure has been really demanding, but I realise it's like a one-off year trying to get everything in place. Okay, I've got my daughter in the garden with me, so if you hear other voices, that's who it is. Okay, now what's new here is I've built this bed here, which is going to be for the tomatoes. Well, it's one bed for the tomatoes, and it acts, if I walk up to it, it acts as a fence for the top of the vegetable garden and a bed. So the dogs can't get through here now. I'm halfway through filling it up with soil so I can finally get the tomatoes planted out. This bed now is attached to it, so this is my crone gate, which opens out like this and then closes again, so these two little hounds can't get in, although you want to all the time, don't you? And that means that I can start planting the tomatoes out. Oh my goodness. Do you think I need to put some netting on that? Possibly. Okay, up here we've got potatoes starting to come out through. And here we've got the mange too, board beans and the beetroot. The strawberries have been amazing. There's just so many everywhere. We've had handfuls every day. Sweet corn and courgettes, a forest of potatoes. This is the door that the kids come in and out of. Ignore the wire at the minute. So this is the maiden door. This circle here is going to be the mother area. And then we've got the crone gate there. So it's got the triple goddess represented, and also the triple goddess in symbol. So you've got the circle here, and you've got a half moon there, and then there's the start of another half moon there. So there's a lot of symbolism in the way I've laid out the beds. And if you can see, this central part here also has sun rays coming off it, so this is a sun, and I'm going to put moon seating there. Now can you tell that I put fertiliser in there? The dogs are obsessed with it. Luna, get your nose out, come on. Oh my gosh, he can't bear not being with me. Right, excuse me darling. Good lad. Can you see what the dogs do? This is outside the shed. I leave them for 2 seconds and it's wrecked. So there goes my daughter. That's my beautiful Tilly, who has a rare syndrome called Smith-Magenis syndrome, which is really rare. She's unique. She's unique anyway, but she's extra unique. She's amazing. Just gorgeous. It's looking so lovely. Lisa, if you're watching, thank you so much for those cuttings. And the ivy. The ivy is going loopy-doopy this year, which I love, because we do loopy-doopy really well here. Look, where on earth is that even attaching? It's spreading down here. Now these I picked up on Free Cycle a couple of years ago. They're really heavy metal stands that you winch a car up on, and somebody was throwing them out. So the plan is to use them to put shelves across, and then to put like a collection of weird stuff. I know what I'm going to do. And the monster Hosta is going to say hello again. And these are all in flower. Look, can you see the bee? They're constantly covered in bees. The bees love them, and they are really, really unusual flowers, but they're so pretty, and the bees busy themselves all day on it. And there he is. And they make like this froth of flowers coming out from the plants. It's just really pretty. And this Hosta is setting it up flowers. We've got another piece of feverfew that has taken that I shoved in this year. A hydrangea there, which is a bush one. And then the climbing hydrangea here, which is flowering, which I bought last year in a dead plant sale for like 50p. So it's just looking really nice. The peonies didn't last long, but they were stunning. And then look, more of these frothy flowers. This is gorgeous. Now I've got a problem with the brambles. I need to get round to that. That's got to be put in next week. And then in that corner, which is my really wild corner, the lavateria, that lilac, musky lilac lavateria is looking wonderful. So lots of life, lots of life, lots of naughty dogs by big deep holes. Hello, hey baby. There's another hole round here that she got to. Just here. I just like, oh. Now, do you remember a few weeks ago I showed you a broken, knackered plastic cupboard? Well, it's going in here. So I've cleared some of the dead conifer away. I'm going to see if the top survives, if I cut the bottom away a little bit, because it was all dead. Look, you can see it's all like this. And it would be really nice to be able to see through and have arches. Anyway, I've cleared all of that corner away, so I can start building another bed in here. So I've left the shelves in to try and encourage the dogs not to jump in. I've drilled all the back, and I'm about to fill that with horse manure and soil. So that's the second tomato bed there. And fingers crossed, because it's exposed to the dogs, they don't find a way to jump in. Unlike the new one over there. Still have this to fill. And over on this wall I've started pulling out all of the weed membrane, which I was taught into putting that in about 5 years ago by a really lovely ex-boyfriend who just told me that I'd never be able to cope with the garden, and to make life easier and to put weed suppressant membrane down and gravel everywhere. And it didn't feel right at the time when I did it. I just felt like I was covering up the earth, and I hated it. And this year I noticed all of these were struggling to break through, and they couldn't with the membrane down and the gravel. There were new hostas trying to break through and they just couldn't, and I thought, right, that's it, I'm just ripping it all up. So I've been digging the gravel up, and I've been putting the gravel in the tyre planters at the bottom. And then this is going to be part of my daughter's garden, Tilly, who you saw earlier. And Tilly this week, she has raked in lots of wildflower seeds inside the pea wigwam, and we have planted up all of her Livingston daisies around the edge, and we put poppy seeds up there and some nasturtiums in there, and we've called this Tilly's secret garden, and she loves it, and she keeps wanting to plant some more. So Tilly's nagging me to finish digging this out so we can plant it up. So that's now on the radar for jobs, as is planting all of this and all of that. Oh my goodness me. The gnome is standing in guard of where the dogs keep digging. They've dug out all the peas this side. The dahlia bed is now officially a dahlia bed because look at those beauties. They are finally in flower, as is the wild geranium, which I adore. And the beans are growing up. The wildflower bed is still gorgeous. Loads of new growth as well from the beans. I had to put another stick in there because we'd reached the top. The beans are so exciting to watch because they grow so fast. And I've also, if I can get it to focus, planted up this gutter. So I have put nasturtium, and I've ripped up some forget-me-nots from the top garden and shoved those in. There's another little nasturtium in there, and I put some of my some of that crazy ivy. I thought that might be nice. So we shall see. I've never planted in a gutter before. Oh, let's get you in focus again. So that's it really. Oh, the lettuces are going to seed because I just can't pick the lettuce quick enough. We've got so much and we've been eating it and it's fantastic. But it's going to seed, but I love it because it's like it's giving me flowers as well. So I'm leaving the ones that have gone to seed. I've planted a couple of tomatoes in as well. So there's lots to do still, and every time I get a job done I make mess somewhere else, but it's looking lovely. Look, we've got some white lobelia that has come through from last year, so none of this I planted apart from some little seeds here I put in. All of this is stuff that's either self-seeded or reappeared from last year, which has been such a nice surprise. And I thought I would miss all the crazy petunias that I normally buy, but to be honest I'm not. Bees are loving this more. The geranium is looking lovely, and that nasturtium I put in is happy. And all of the tyres are now filled with soil and compost and fertiliser, ready to plant as well. So that took, there's about 7 wheelbarrows of soil in each of these towers. It's mad. Okay, so that's it from the Magic Garden this week. Tilly looks hot.
Don't film me.
Don't film you, you're on. Tilly looks boiling. Are you hot, Tilly? Yeah, you're hot. Do you like the garden?
Not really.
No, you do. What's your favourite bit?
My tablet.
Your tablet. Which bit did you plant this week?
My tablet.
Your tablet didn't. Which bit did you plant?
My tablet.
Which bit did you dig up, Rupert? Okay. Thanks, guys, for joining me, and have a lovely week. And this is what I have to work with, guys. Rupert, shush. So have a lovely week, and I'll see you next week. So have a lovely week. Bye.